I want to try doing this video with no studio lights. It's your girl HeyParis here, and today we are doing another story time. I hopped on Twitter, did a little poll to figure out which story you guys wanted me to tell you today, and this is the one y'all chose, okay? So let's just jump right into it. So around this time, I want to say this was a year or 2 years before I started working at Sephora, but I worked at the same mall that I worked in Sephora, and I worked at a clothing store. If you guys remember my story time about me and one of my coworkers getting caught drinking, it's that story that I'm talking about. And yeah, it's in the same mall as a Sephora I worked in. Y'all already know I worked at STC, but anyways, so this was before I started working at Sephora, okay? I had this friend, we are gonna call this girl, we gonna call her Tampax. And me and her actually stopped being friends over this guy that I'm about to tell you guys the story about. Let's just jump right into it, okay? We're gonna call the girl Tampax, and we're gonna call her boyfriend Leonard. Alright, so me and Tampax, we've been friends, or we were friends for a very, very long time. I'm talking, we knew each other since, oh, that's a grade 3, I want to say. We didn't go to the same high school or anything like that because she moved, but we still kept in contact. We were still very, very, very good friends, okay? So anyways, I was still in her life or whatever, but not as often, like we didn't chill as often as we usually would, simply because, you know, your lives change, you have jobs, you have things to do, you have your own relationship, your own family. You can't always hang out with your friends all the time, right? But one day, she asked me to go on a double date with her boyfriend, who I never met at the time yet, Leonard, and some guy. And I wasn't interested in the guy, but I was like, you know, I miss my friend Tampax. Let me go chill with her. Let me go see what she's saying, what she's doing, what's going on with her. Plus, I was a little bit nosy because I really wanted to see, like, what her man looked like, you know? So, anywho, this is not a part of the story, but I'm just gonna tell you guys this part simply because this is why I didn't like the guy, okay? So, I knew his name, but I didn't know what he looked like. So, anyways, we go up to this, it was either Jack Astor's or Shoeless Joe's or one of them little pubs, okay? We went, oh, my head is full of lipstick. We went there, we sat down, and it was just me and her at first. We were just talking, and then he came through with his friend. His friend not my type at all, okay? And he sat down and I was like, this guy looks really, really familiar, okay? So I had realized that he was my friend, who we're gonna call Carol, a completely different girl. He was her cousin, okay? So, you know, like, okay, cool, like y'all going out or whatever, cool, whatever. We had a nice little dinner date, whatever, we go home. Nothing really happened there, okay? So me being the little nosy girl that I was back then, I hit up Carol, and I hadn't talked to her in a really, really long time, but I hit her up and I was like, yo, like my girl Tampax, she talking to your cousin, what I call him, Leonard. Yada yada yada. We're just talking on the phone. I'm just telling her, like, yeah, I just went on a double date with them. Like, they're so cute. Like, they look so happy together. Like, he looked like he treated her like a queen. Like, she was smiling the whole time. So I was like, and she been through some shit. So I was happy to see her happy. Y'all know what I mean? Like, I know her past relationships, and she been through some stuff. So, okay. So my girl Carol was like, well, just tell her to watch out, you know, because he has a long history of being a dog, basically. So I'm just like, I know that some people don't want to hear the truth. Sometimes the truth is hard to hear, or whatever the case may be, but I was just that friend who's very overprotective of my friends. I didn't want them to get hurt, and knowing her past, I didn't want her to go through the stuff that she went through with her past boyfriends. So I hit her up after I finished talking to Carol, and I was like, yeah, I just talked to his cousin, and she's just saying be careful because he has a long history of being a dog. And this is his cousin, like his blood cousin. This is not no play cousin. This is like, yo, daddy is my uncle cousin. So she has absolutely no reason to be lying. You get what I'm saying? So I told her that, and she got mad at me. She's like, you should be happy that I'm happy, and you shouldn't be, what was the word she used? You shouldn't be investigating on my boyfriend and blah, 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 and using words like that. And I was like, okay, all right, okay, bitch. All right, bitch. Like, I'll leave you alone. Like, I was just trying to be a good friend. Like, I was just trying to look out for you. Like, I was just trying to make sure you're good or whatever. And you want to be telling me to stop investigating in your life? All right, cool, noted. It's noted though. It's noted. Okay. She was just going in. She was like really mad that I talked to his cousin. But anyways, well, karma. Okay. She ended up hanging up the phone on me when I was basically saying to her, you know, I was just checking to make sure he was a good guy. Like, you know what I mean? I figured since my friend Carol's like a really positive, nice, good vibes girl, like her cousin must be too. I just wanted the scoop on it. So yes, I did a little research, but it was for your good. I wasn't looking for no research to make you upset. I was just telling you what his blood cousin told me. But listen, if you want to end a friendship over a temporary nigga, that's your prerogative. Do what you got to do. Okay, do what you got to do. So she was upset with me. She was really, really mad at me, and I was calling her back to apologize because even though I didn't need to apologize, like I was just trying to be a good friend, but I called her back to apologize or whatever, and she wasn't answering the phone. So I was like, okay, whatever. You go ahead with your cousin already said that he ain't a good nigga. You go ahead. Do your thing, girl. I was just trying to help. So me and her didn't talk for, I want to say, like a month. We didn't speak for each other for a month. Until I was at work and I was on my lunch break, okay? And if you guys know STC, I went over to Taco Bell back when Taco Bell was it upstairs? Yeah, when Taco Bell was upstairs. Y'all remember that food court? Not the new food court, the old food court. So I was over at Taco Bell getting me some tacos, some soft tacos, because hard tacos are nasty. I got me some soft tacos or whatever, some hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? Just grubbing or whatever. I got up to throw away my garbage after I finished eating, and I look over to the other side. If y'all are from Scarborough, been to SCC, I look over on the other side where Manchu Walk is, and I see Leonard. So I'm like, oh, if Leonard's there, then Tampax is probably with him. So I just walk over to be able to like talk to her in her face, like, my bad if I hurt your feelings. My bad if you took what I did in the wrong way. Like, that's not what I meant. Like, we've been friends. We shouldn't be like upset with each other over this dumb shit. Like, I was going like talk to her, because even back then, like, I'm mature. If you want to talk it out, let's talk it out. If you don't want to talk it out, then we'll just leave it how it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm always the one you know what I'm always the peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? So even up to now, I'm just always the peacemaker. So I was looking for her to basically apologize because she was answering my calls. Okay? As I'm walking my little butt over to Manchi Walk to see where Tampax is at, I see Leonard holding some girl's hand. So I'm like, oh, Tampax dyed her hair black? Is that what happened? Like, I'm confused, because last time I remember, Tampax has always been blonde. She ain't never ever had black hair. So I was very, very shocked. I was like, okay, new man, new hair. Okay, girl, get it. Now they're walking in front of me. I'm behind them, but I'm trying to like catch up a little bit. And then my eyes go down to Tampax's ass. And listen, my girl Tampax, she got a booty on her, okay? She got a junk and tread like Pereasegrant, like she got hang time on that ass, okay? So I look at Tampax's ass from the back, and I'm like, where your ass go? Where did your ass go, girl? That is not Tampax. That could never be. Could never, because Tampax got a big old trunk on the behind of her behind. Okay, so that's not Tampax. So that's Leonard for sure. Okay, I see his big ass head. That's Leonard. That's not Tampax. So I was like, oh, really? Okay. And all I'm thinking in my head right now is, if this really isn't Tampax, at this point I was like, it couldn't be Tampax because Tampax got ass, okay? But in my head, I'm like, even if this isn't Tampax and I approach this guy, Tampax gonna be mad at me for being in her relationship again, right? So I'm like, I need proof that what I'm seeing is real, okay? So the first thing I did was pull out my phone, turn on my camera, and I kept my camera on in my pocket. And then as I did that, I said, hold up. Me and Tampax ain't talked for like a month now. What if they broke up? If they broke up and I'm about to approach this nigga and he's like, I don't even talk to that bitch no more, then I'ma look stupid. So you know what I did? I tried calling Tampax again. She ain't answer. I called again. She ain't answer. So I decided to text her. I texted her. I'm like, hey, I'm at work at STC. I see Leonard with a girl that I'm pretty sure isn't you. Could you please answer your phone? Send. As soon as I sent it, no longer than 2.5 seconds later, I get a call. I say, hello. She's talking about, what are you talking about? Leonard is in Ajax with his brother and his brother's wife, and blah, 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 just, so, what are you talking about? It's not him, it's not him. Like, why are you lying? Basically. With attitude, okay? But in my head, I'm like, it's Leonard. Like, I seen him when he was at Manchi Walk. I saw his face. And I saw the back of his head, and the big ass head matched the face. So it gotta be Leonard, okay? Now back then, I don't know if we didn't have FaceTime or I just didn't have data to do FaceTime, but it was now. I would have FaceTimed her, but I don't know what happened. Maybe I didn't have data, or maybe FaceTime didn't exist. I don't know. But I was like, if you don't believe me, if you want me to approach him, I'll approach him right now. I know it's Leonard. I'm not going crazy. She's like, okay, approach him and put the phone on speaker. I said, no, I'm going to do you one better. I'll record my interaction with him because I know it's Leonard. So she's like, I bet. I'm like, I bet. So I hang up the phone and turn my camera back on to, camera mode. So now that I have the confirmation that Tampax and Leonard are still going out, I'm like, I can approach without caution. So him and his little side ting are walking to Aritzia now, okay? And and I'm walking behind them, but I'm not too close to them. Like, they would have never noticed me. I was like a thief in the night, okay? They walk up into Aritzia, and maybe I'm gonna say if you counted to maybe 35, I was in Aritzia right after, okay? But when I go inside the bitch, ain't nobody in there. I don't see Leonard. I don't see his little side ting. I don't see nobody. So I'm like, what the hell? So, you know, I pretend to shop and shit. And in my head, I'm like, yo, is there something in the Taco Bell? Did they put some type of chemical in the Taco Bell to make me go crazy? Because I saw them walk into Aritzia. Where they at now? Maybe 5 minutes goes by and I'm like, okay. So Tampax is really gonna think that I'm a lying ass, hating ass bitch. Because I swear on my life, I seen Leonard and this girl walking to Aritzia. And they ain't there no more. So what am I gonna tell this girl? Okay, 5 minutes goes by and I'm ready to give up and just never talk to Tampax again and leave it alone and act like I never even reached out to her to tell her that I saw her man with another girl, because I ain't got no proof now. As I'm about to leave, okay, God is always on our side, okay? Because as I'm about to leave, I see this cute ass yellow dress. I'm not in focus. I see this cute ass yellow dress and I'm actually looking at it like I'm actually, I see the price tag. I'm like, $106. Oh, you're funny, you funny. Time to leave. But that 5 seconds that I took to look at that dress and look at the price tag of the dress, I turn my head and I see Leonard, only Leonard, come out the back of where you do like change rooms and stuff like that. Come out the back from there. And I'm like, excellent. So I walked out the store and when I turn my head, I see them. I walk right back in. People looking at me like I'm crazy. Listen, I gotta prove a point. So now I'm acting like I'm not in there because I saw Leonard. I'm just acting like I'm looking at clothes again. And Leonard actually comes up to me. And he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, hi. We're actually having a conversation and he was being super nice. So I'm like, damn, I don't want to expose your ass now. Like, you know, like that's not nice. Like, you being super kind to me. You seem like a real humble, nice guy. Like, how am I going to just pop out my phone and record your ass? Okay. So now I'm conflicted because you being a gentleman. Okay. Complimenting my makeup and shit. I'm like, how I'm going to do this now? But then, like I say, God is always on my side. My God. Whew. His little side thing. His little side bitch or whatever. Want to come out the change room now. She got a bag of clothes. Well, not a bag, but a whole lot of clothes on her arm, like ready to cash out or whatever. She comes up to Leonard and I, who are having a conversation. Our conversation was very neutral. He was just like, oh, you remember me, blah, blah, blah. And in my head, I was thinking that, you know, Tampax had told him that his cousin had told me that he's a dog. So I thought he wasn't going to like me. So I thought as soon as he saw me, he was going to be like, yo, what it is? Like, square up. But I guess Tampax never told him. So we're just having a neutral conversation. He's like, oh, you remember me? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, how have you been? Like, I like your makeup. Like, where do you work? Oh, how long have you worked there for? Oh, what's your... I don't know why he asked for discounts. He probably asked what my discount percentage is so he could buy his side ting some more clothes, because she came over to us and she was like, who's this? That's how she looked at me. Could you imagine? She went, who is this? Bitch, I popped up my phone and I said, because remember, my phone is still recording. It's still recording in my pocket. okay? Just in case I need to pull it out on a bitch like right now. So she said, who is this? And I said, who are you? And right then I started recording, looking like a messy ass bitch up in STC, y'all. So she's like, why are you recording me? Like, move, like, what are you doing? Why are you recording me? I put the camera in Leonard's face, like, Leonard, explain yourself. Like, who is this? I'm about to send this to Tampax because I want to show her that you're not being faithful. The girl grabs Leonard by the collar of his shirt like this, okay, and pulls him to the cash register. Maybe you really is a dog if you're allowing bitches to be pulling you by your collar like you wearing a leash or something. You whipped, homie. Get it together. She's like, I'm ready to cash out. Come, let's go. Come, let's like pay for my clothes, basically. They go over to the register or whatever, and I didn't want to go to the register simply because like I was already causing a scene a little, like people were looking at me and wondering what was going on or whatever, and I didn't want to go to the cash register where someone is working their retail job and they're somehow in this video. I didn't want them to be in this video, okay? And see, I would post the video or even just the audio of the video, but that was so long ago, and the only person who probably has it is Tampax, and I don't talk to her no more, so there's nothing I can do. Now, y'all already know Aritzia is expensive AF. So this nigga was taking out 10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands. I was like, okay. Alright. So I recorded that from not a far distance, but I did zoom in to show Tampax that he was spending gualas on this girl. At this point, I was like, that's enough evidence I need. I can stop the video and shit, I'm late for work. So I send the video to Tampax. I go back to work. Maybe, I want to say an hour later, I see Leonard and that same girl walk into my store. Leonard asked to speak to my manager. And mind you, I was new to this job. This was not a job that I held for a year or even a month. Like, it was a brand new job, okay? So he asked to speak to my manager. I don't know what the hell he said to my manager because I didn't even ask her after the fact. And I didn't ask him. I really didn't care because my personal life has nothing to do with what I'm doing at work. But you know what I mean? Like, I didn't care. But anyways, after he spoke to my manager, he's like, yo, Paris, can I talk to you for a second? Like, with a very subtle, like, soothing voice. And I'm like, what do you want? What? He tells me some excuse about how the girl that he's with is his cousin. And first of all, they don't look nothing alike. They two completely different races. Like, I know it's possible for, you know, to have a black cousin and you're white. I understand that, but they wasn't related, okay? There's nothing y'all can tell me they was not related. It's possible, but they was not related. They were not, okay? Mind you, the girl's not with him when he's talking to me. She's over there somewhere looking at clothes in my store. So he's just like, she's my cousin, and you know, I was trying to do something special for Tampax, and I just needed a girl's opinion on clothing, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking at him like, you need a girl's opinion on clothing to buy your girlfriend, but the girl that you're with is a completely different body size than your actual girlfriend. And why the hell would the girl you're with, who you're claiming to be your cousin, why would she have to try on clothes at Aritzia to see if it fits your girlfriend? You're making no sense. He kissed his teeth and he was like, fuck it, man, fuck it. And then he was like, yo, Olivia, come. Her name was actually Olivia. I don't care. I don't know who she is. But he's like, Olivia, come, let's go, let's go. Then they left, okay? When I'm done work now, I want to say 56 missed calls from Tampax. So I called her back when I was walking to the bus stop. She was basically like, she wants to meet up with me and she wants to hear everything and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I met up with her. She came to my house and I'm like, first of all, I tried to warn your ass because, like I said, his blood cousin told me what kind of guy he is. And you took it as me being disrespectful to your relationship when I'm looking out for you, my friend. So she apologized to me. She was basically like, she didn't want to hear anything because she really liked this guy and she just didn't want any negative thoughts about him in her head. But sometimes you just need to know, you need to know what it is. Sometimes you just need to know what it is and prepare for the worst. So I told her, I was like, so did he give you the clothes that he said he bought for you and that was his cousin? She said that he never answered his phone. Like, she called him over and over and over again and he's not answering his phone. She went to his house, he wasn't home. His mom said he wasn't home. So to her, she was like, that's a confirmation that he's guilty because he always answers his phone. And if it wasn't him, which obviously she knows it is because there's video proof, but if it wasn't him or he was with his cousin, he would easily answer the phone and be like, I was with my cousin, like, Paris is crazy, like, you need to drop that bitch, or whatever the case may be. But he was not answering his phone. He didn't answer any text messages. He went home. Like, she's like, confirmation that he's guilty. Then she just told me, like, I'm done with guys for now. Like, I don't want to talk to guys or anything like that anymore. Blah, 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 okay? Go to work the next day now, okay? And my manager calls me to the back. She says to me that someone called the store this morning. I came at like in the afternoon time, whatever. Someone called this morning and said that me, Paris, has been stealing from the register. First of all, this is like the first week I'm here, and you think, first of all, ain't nobody stealing from no register regardless, because you will go straight to jail. I would never do that, ever. And I'm new to this job. Why would I ever do anything to jeopardize it? You know what I mean? So he called and he said to the manager that I was stealing money out of the register, and basically what my manager said was, I need to keep my not my social life, what is the word I'm looking for, my private life private, and I need to keep it separate from my work life, because we can't have people making false accusations about employees, especially if it was the district manager coming in and she answered the phone. Like, it would have been a whole investigation. But she knows I don't steal from the register, because if I stole from the register, it would show up. I guess he had never worked retail before, but if the register is short, then you do investigations. The register was never short, especially when I was working. The register has never been short when I was working, so it's impossible that I was stealing. So she told me that she told him to not call, and if he calls again, she'll contact the police or whatever. And to me, I was like, that's hilarious. That's so funny that you tried to, like, get me fired from a job because you were cheating? Nigga, wait. Eventually, Tampax and him started talking. This is what Tampax told me, that him and her started talking again, and she forgave him. And I'm just like, well, does he spend as much money on you as he did on little old Olivia there? Does he? Did he? Let me know, because if that's the case, use his ass and then bounce, because he ain't a good guy. Like, he straight up admitted to cheating on you and you decided to forgive him. Anyways, moral of the story is mind your business. Don't get nobody relationship, because after that day I didn't give a damn about nobody else's relationship, and I didn't try to save my friends from no dumbass nigga, because at the end of the day, if they decide to go back with them, that's what they gonna do, and nothing you say or do is going to change their mind, okay? They'll hate you before they start hating that guy, okay? And then basically Leonard was like, I don't want you talking to Paris anymore. I don't want you guys being friends anymore. I don't like her energy. I don't like how she acts. I don't like that she was spying on me, and she's the reason that we even got in arguments, because she saw me with the side chick and she should have minded her business and blah blah blah. I was just trying to be a good friend. Like I said, I was just trying to be a good friend. Okay, if my man was cheating on me, I would love for somebody to be like, yo, Paris, your man's cheating on you. Like, what? I'm not about to be out here looking stupid as hell. Like, huh? And she called me one day with him on the phone, and they're both like, don't call her again. I can't talk to you no more. Don't call her. You guys aren't friends no more. I'm not your friend anymore. Like, she's just talking. Like, he says one thing and she's like co-signing him. Like, she sounds like an ad-lib, and I'm just like, all right, bye. Like, huh? And then maybe like 6 months later, she called my phone. She's like crying. Oh, Paris, like, he cheated on me again with the same girl, and I'm like, and you're telling me this because, listen, I already tried to be a good friend to you and you didn't respect it. So, toodaloo. I ain't got time for you. Do better. Anyways, gays. Okay. Anyways, gays. Follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. All that jazz is in the description box down below for your convenience. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love you guys so much. Don't gotta tell you twice. And I'll see you on the flip side. Oh! Leave a comment down below if anything like this ever happened to you. If you ever had to spy on one of your friends' boyfriends because they was doing them wrong and you were trying to do good for them, and they were like, no, nigga, I don't want you doing good for me because I want to be heartbroken. If they ever did nothing like that to you before, or they you know, let me know. Bye.